video, we're going to be following a recipe to make flatbread, just like we've done in class. First of all, we need to gather our ingredients together. So you need 250 grams of strong white bread flour, 5 grams of salt, which is a heaped teaspoon of salt, 12 grams of caster sugar, which is 1 tablespoon of caster sugar, 1 sachet of dried yeast, 2 teaspoons of olive oil plus extra for oiling, and 180 millilitres of water. Now, before I start, I've tied my hair back, I've got an apron on, I've washed my hands, and I've cleaned down all the surfaces that I'm working on. So to start off with, I've weighed out my flour, put it in the bowl, 250 grams of strong white bread flour, and then I'm going to add to it the salt, which is 5 grams of salt, about a heaped teaspoon of salt onto the one side of the bowl, along with my sugar, which is a tablespoon, along with the salt. And then I need to put my sachet of yeast onto the other side of the bowl. And then I need to add my olive oil, which is 2 teaspoons of olive oil. And then I have to add roughly 3/4 of the water. Now, I've got to start mixing the ingredients together with my one hand. And if I need to add a little bit more water in a moment, I will. I'm going to add a little bit more water. Just a little bit at a time. Until I've got a soft, smooth dough and all the flour has been picked up from the sides of the bowl. A little bit more water. More water. May not need to use all of the water, so that's why I'm using it a little bit at a time. Starting to come together now a bit. I haven't used quite all of the water, just a little touch left, but that's fine. I'm happy with that now. Right, I've now lightly oiled my work surface and I've got the dough onto my work surface, and I'm going to start kneading my dough with the base of the palm of my hand by rolling and turning. I need to do this for about 10 minutes. What I want to do is I want to work the yeast because it's a living organism and it gives off carbon dioxide as it feeds off the sugar, so it makes the dough rise, and that's what we want to happen. Right, so I've been kneading my dough for about 10 minutes. My dough is really, really elasticy now, stretchy. And I've halved my dough because I want to make 2 small flatbreads, because don't forget this recipe makes 2 small flatbreads. One's going to be a plain one, and this one is full of dried fruit. So I've been kneading this dried fruit in as well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my 2 lots of dough into balls, and I'm going to put them into a bowl that's lightly oiled, ready to prove, and they need to be covered in cling film and left for about an hour to prove. And you will see them grow, increase in volume. Put my other one in. So you could do this, halve your dough and have one half with one added extra ingredient in, like dried fruit or chocolate chips. A really good one to do that I've done before is cheese. Remember, I did that one in class and it turned out really well. When it was baked in the oven, it came out a lovely golden colour and you could really taste the cheese. So there they are. So we're going to leave them for an hour now, get them to prove, and then have a look at them later. Right, my dough has proved for over an hour now. So it's ready to be rolled out flat so that I can put it on the baking tray to bake it in the oven. Just use a rolling pin to roll it out. Turn it over. Again. Shape it a little bit. I'm going to pop this on a baking tray. And my other ball of dough, I'm going to flatten this one out as well in the same way. Turn it over again. Try and get it quite even in thickness. Give it a bit of shape. that onto the baking tray as well. Now I'm going to put this in the oven for 15 minutes on 180 degrees. So they're on my baking tray now, ready to go in. See how they turn out later. So the bread's out the oven and it's done. And it's looking really good. Enjoy making your bread. Let me know how you get on.